So I'll be going over our Mythic Il'gynoth kill, and in the video I'm going to be primarily focusing on the strategy that we use to kill Mythic Il'gynoth and not necessarily explaining all the mechanics of the fight. I'm just going to assume that if you're watching this video, you kind of already know what you're doing on the fight, and you're just curious about strat, curious about basically how we decided to approach it. So the first thing that we did, as you can see around the room, everyone's kind of spread. We had predetermined spots for every single player. Every range player had a assigned spot, and they would pretty much never leave that spot while Il'gynoth is up. For melee, we only had 4 melee and 1 paladin and 2 tanks. So, we kind of like rough spots around the boss, but mostly just where there wasn't shit on the ground, and if your debuff was desynced with someone, you'd kind of stack on top of them. So for comp for this fight, the really only big comp decision for the no dispel strat was how many tanks are you going to run. And some guilds are 3 tanking it, with one of the tanks just kind of being utility slash damage, so like a blood DK. But we realized pretty early on that we can get away with 2 tanks. So it was myself on blood DK and then a Vengeance Demon Hunter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep, so we pull the boss, and this first bait, easiest bait in the fucking world. There's nothing else going on.
Keep baiting.
And pretty much throughout the entirety of the fight, you want to always try to be baiting. It only takes a few bad baits to really, diminish the room size.
I'm coming towards you, Jingle.
You group me.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry, that was really early.
Yeah.
So you only get MCs at one point during this fight with the no dispels, and we kind of misplay this, or I misplay it. Both MCs go on melee, and I end up stunning one in the middle, which you'll see. Yeah, so I stunned the melee in the middle. I got kind of scared because he was running towards me. I couldn't really move too much, because I can't point the beam in any direction. So I stun him, but that's pretty much just killing him, which isn't the biggest deal. Because he doesn't have a debuff, but it sucks.
Out of my reach.
I can't reach him.
He's in the middle of the
I can't either.
Vito, you're gonna press him.
Chevy.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Arbor, you're good to come my way if you need to.
Shouting for it, please.
And we pushed the boss by like 140, which is pretty decent timing for the first one. So what we did for the organ phase, pretty much the entirety of the raids over here on the left on that first organ. Me and the other tank are on second organ, and then 2 melee DPS on third organ over here on the right. If you have a shaman, they could solo kick an organ, but we don't have a shaman. The other thing about this phase that we decided to do is just don't even fucking worry about the clotted. Put dots on it, me and the tank will damage it, but we don't really stress too much about killing it. What's more important is having good organ timings and good boss damage than killing the clotted. As you can see, we're just interrupting, standing over here at organ 2. We'll kind of be milking some damage onto the clotted once it gets over here.
Divine him.
And healing wise, while you're at the organs, always be kind of the scariest, and then coming away from the organ or getting to it's also going to be dicey, because a lot of players will just be clipping each other with their circles. So we always rally coming out of the organ phase, and then we had kind of healing CDs scattered out throughout the organ phases. But that's where most of our CDs, healing wise, were. So I think we pop AM and shout here.
4, 3, 2,
Yeah, the clotted can do some damage, but it's nothing unmanageable.
Extra love on that blood.
So we'll go over bloods real quick. For our bloods, what we decided to do was we had a Shadow Priest full time on bloods, and what you want to do is have the full time bloods people kind of most of them over in this corner, so we did Shadow Priest in between both organs. So for the first wave or first set, it's only coming from one organ. He's primarily in charge of it. We also had double Warlock, so they put some thoughts on it, but they'd start picking up their blood damage after second organ dies, and then we had a Boomkin over here for when after third organ dies, she is full time on bloods as well. Yeah, must.
And
So you can see, Clara still at like 45% HP, but we're just not worried about it. Maybe you got an ad coming for you? So we'd start making some calls about ads. If I thought the ad was getting close to a player, we'd call out like, "Hey, you have an ad coming for you," or players would start calling out that they need help and things like that. Once the more and more bloods will be spawning. See this old clotted on goes. Somebody at the call killed the old clotted just because we're about to have two of them up. That's kind of the only timing that we're really worried about, was just not having two of them up at the same time. So in this phase, I'm not kicking. I also make a pretty important call there to stun ads as they die. One of the things that's kind of underrated or not very well known about this fight is that if you stun a blood before it explodes, it just won't explode. It won't do damage to the raid. So always want to try and stun a blood when it's low before it dies. That way you'll save a fuck ton of healing. So I'll just kind of camp near this first organ and grip and stun and put some damage on these bloods. Because the organ push timing is pretty fucking important. Second organ, when we were progging, was kind of one of our slower organs, so we really just wanted to make sure everyone was focusing the organ.
Can you one of y'all stun this blood on me?
So you hear a stun call, I just try to grip it away. Another grip. Good. Sparks, you rally. You already used it. It's fine. Yeah, Sparks just rally once off CD. Is my weak word just wrong?
Sparks, his blood's on you.
Rally coming in this phase, and you'll start hearing the comms about the bloods really ramping up. Pretty much the people that were focusing bloods were the ones that were calling out, like, hey, if it's on a melee, like this blood's coming for you, or do you need help with this blood, or I got the sun,
So you
comms like that.
Mm-hmm.
Revive.
Salvation.
Cassie got one coming.
So we ended up using salve and revival in this phase. It starts getting a little bit healing intensive here with so many bloods.
Chevy's coming to you.
Can I see everyone getting close as well?
Quicks, it's coming to you.
Alright, do you need me to stun this one?
No, I'm.
Yeah.
Drinking.
Well, there.
So you can just, once again, just be hearing all the comms.
Zero. You got one coming?
Quicks needs some love. He's the deep.
So Quicks get hit by
That's not on.
a melee ad, puts a pretty nasty debuff on you. If that happens, you just
You
want
good,
to get
Yeah,
a defensive on them.
Quicks, you
Zero.
got one.
Zero's drinking.
So this is when most of the healers would drink during this phase, or near the end of the phase.
Right behind you, Thandred.
Good, now just focus on stunning bloods so you guys when they get low. We're gonna phase soon. Yep, so our push timing here is a little bit slow. You want to get to the organ by 7 minutes. We're about like 7:05, 7:06.
Aubrey, you got one coming? Anxiety, you got one coming too.
Him.
Cannot heal iron or lever.
Not me either. I'm gonna move to
Watch
the
out. Iron, there's a enraged one coming.
That's why we see enraged.
Yep, so we got our first enraged,
Dead.
but it died pretty much as soon as it
Yeah,
enraged,
nice.
so it was fine.
Draven on you.
So we're really on top of
Someone
Bloods during
else
this
done.
phase.
Mastery.
I'm drinking.
Chevy.
I got it.
I feared it. I feared it.
Nice.
I can't reach lever.
We're good. Good. Great timing here, guys. We're fine.
Chevy, you got one
I
coming.
kind of lied there. We're about 10 seconds
Chevy,
behind
remember
where we
we're
need to
switching.
be to push.
Alright, go ahead and rally steal. And Sparks, you're saving yours. I'll call it.
Yep, so we
Start
rally
making
coming
way
out of the
away.
phase.
Start getting in position. Just go slow, getting into position.
You
guys.
want to just kind of take your time getting into position. It's really easy to do so much
Still
extra
on Bloods.
damage.
Stun them when you can.
So here the 4 players are full time on Bloods, and then
Alright, Lust.
we're gonna Lust, and then everyone else is on the boss full time.
2, 1.
Go ahead and rally, Sparks. Rally. Revival.
See, we kind of dipped there a bit,
Aubrey.
but we stabilized.
Yeah, boss.
Gas.
You Chevy.
5, 4,
Cass, you got a second one
Here
coming.
we got pretty lucky again. Laver got hit by the beam, but he had a card right, so it'd be okay.
Doing really good here, guys. Labor, watch.
Lever's got sat.
Somebody get this one off me.
Here for it.
I got you.
So we'll go over our timing here. So what we decided to do was at 30% you just hard stop Bloods. We never wanted to hard stop Bloods before that, even though let's say we were a little bit behind on boss damage. It is so easy to become overwhelmed on Bloods on this fight. So we'll make the call here pretty soon to stop blood damage and then just focus boss full time. We're about 10 seconds behind here, so you can see, about 28 or 38 seconds to Berserk. Boss is still at 41%.
Have all the time in the world.
We're there.
5, 4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Get these
Anxiety,
last,
can I get a ring right? Okay, it's good.
get these last low bloods down, and we're ignoring new ones.
Yep,
so
so
we're on
it's the
boss
call.
now.
Make sure we get mastery going.
And kites. Just salve. Go ahead and salve, Aubrey, if it's up.
Not. Him
Fine,
is
Rachel.
though.
Potion if you're
Aubrey,
allowed.
it's up.
Spellstones, etc.
Sorted.
Aye.
Or no, it's not.
Just
stay alive.
Iron, I got it. I got it.
So you see, I get fucking nuked
Stay
from
alive,
the
just hit me
enrage.
up.
Hell yeah. What the fuck? Did we kill a boss when I didn't know
We
the
just
health
killed the
again?
boss.
Yeah, so I wasn't really paying attention to boss health. You could tell comms get kind of crazy there near the end. So all players will be calling for help, but what's just most important is, if you're getting chased by blood, it's more important that you just fucking run from it than do damage. We fell behind going into third organ by about 10 seconds. So we ended up having to play for about 6 seconds of enrage. We got kind of lucky that I didn't destroy the raid from dying. Yeah, so that's our Mythic Il'gynoth guide. For guilds that are progging this or about to prog it, just really focus on baiting things into the correct spot, and just try your hardest not to get overwhelmed with all the debuffs that are out in the raid if you're doing the notice spell strat. So yeah, I'll link my Twitch in the description. I always stream all of our prog. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. I'll also include our Google Doc where we talk about the strat, our healing CDs, and I'll also include all of our weak orders too that we use for this fight. All right, thanks for watching.